It's the local law provision for the city clerk. Would you like to make any comments on this at all, or no?
I don't know, do law have any?
Is Joe Barry
We're
here?
all set.
We should be all set.
Yeah.
We're all set to go?
We talked all about it, yeah.
All right, we're good to go.
All righty, Councilor Caldwell.
Thank you, Madam President. Blessings to all today. Okay, well, Commissioner Byrd, we have items 10 to 13.
Good afternoon, Saisha Bird, Commissioner of Parks. I have 10, 11, 12, and 13. So 10 is an amendment to the ordinance with an agreement with Terry Horse, our landscape architect, for general services, not to exceed $125,000.
Okay,
Number 11 is with, I'm probably gonna mess this up. Enes Tech, it's a software corp for software for e-gaming for Wilson and Southwest Community Center. It's a 1-year period, total not to exceed $4,800.
12.
12 is the acceptance from the Near West Side resident Pat Driscoll. This is an amendment because a name was spelled wrong. It's Rocky with a Y, not an EY, and the location. So 1 plaque in Leavenworth, 1 in Burnett Park. It's a donation in the amount of $200 for the purchase of those 2 memorial plaques, and Parks will install them.
Item 13.
And then 13 is with Route 80. It's the stables for our horse-drawn carriages for not to exceed $5,200 for the holidays at Burnett Park.
I think we're all set. Anybody have any questions? Thank you, Madam President. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Joe.
Thank you, Madam President. I have item 14 to 21. I'm wondering if Chief Schaaf is in?
Right here.
So Chief, with this item, I was thinking because of, I don't know where you are with the rest of the team. I was thinking of maybe pulling it until.
14?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're close.
Huh?
We're close.
You close?
Yep.
So you want me to keep it on for another session?
If you don't mind.
Okay.
We'll see if
'Cause
we can get something
I just don't want to
scheduled.
keep it on here.
Or we can put it back on. if
Yeah,
you-
yeah,
if you
that's what I
prefer.
was thinking. Pull it, take it out, work
That's fine.
on it, and bring it back.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna withdraw item 14, and we'll bring it back. Okay. Janet, are you taking 15? I thought I heard Janet. Are you taking 15? Also, and I don't know if I probably should have let you sit there, but item 15, we have a committee meeting tomorrow. So if you rather hold your question, 1:30. 1:30 tomorrow to 2:30 is the committee meeting. I hope my recollection is
Janet Burke, the Director of Research. I'm here to talk about the EXALT program. DCJS had given us $1.5 million in order to replicate the EXALT program that's doing really great work in New York City. And this, we had asked to enter into an agreement with EXALT, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah, and we will, I guess, we'll talk more, especially around the structure of tomorrow committee meeting. But,
Okay.
it's probably a lot of council guys question around it. We'll save them for tomorrow.
Okay,
All right?
terrific.
1:30 tomorrow, right here. All right?
Counselor, just to let you know, in the book, there is a scope of the work and a budget, all
Yeah,
that they
yeah, I saw that.
submitted,
It's
yeah.
great. Thank
So
you.
if anybody wanna know.
Yeah. Item 16 is going to be a street sign designation for Syracuse 8. Syracuse 8 is a group of athletes from Syracuse University who, back in the day, protests the treatment of athletes, and they wanted better treatment of athletes and equity around it. So it's exciting. There's pictures on the back. November 28th, they will be here around the Waverly and Walnut area to recognize and dedicate the street to their cause and their great work. If anyone wanna have question or wanna support, right?
Sign us up.
Great. Madam
Okay.
Clerk, would you?
Everybody on?
Yeah.
I want you to know that I'm on board with this.
Oh.
I remember as a teenager
See, let him have it, Marty.
that what happened.
Come on, Marty.
And how they got suspended by Coach Schwarzwalder.
Yeah.
And, you know, how they were blackballed. It was a difficult time period in our country with the Vietnam War, student protests, which I'm quite aware of. And so it was a time when the civil rights fight was still going on in the 1970s. And what they did was very courageous, and it was not popular. Because in that era, what should have been popular was unpopular, and protest was considered un-American. So what they did was very brave of them, and it made the national headlines, and it made a lot of disputes that.
See, I had a faith to remember something.
I remember that I was
Yeah.
in high school.
Yeah.
It was a difficult time.
Thank you, Council Nave. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know, so
Of
thank
course,
you,
you
Ryan.
weren't born.
Oh, I can go on.
Yeah, thank you for running us
Council
through that.
Nave says he can go on if you want.
We're subject to time.
Well, Monday, our former legislator, Carmen Harlow, will be here.
Good.
Right.
As well as he was also a quarterback through Syracuse University, so he's going to be here. So want to hear more. And then, like I said, the dedication will be November 28th, and some of those members will be here. So what a great moment for our city. Item 17, Chief, are you taking that?
Yep, Rich Schaff, First Deputy Chief of Police. 17's we're requesting an application to the United States Department of Justice under the Office of Bureau of Justice Assistance Grant Programs and an amount not to exceed $141,000 on behalf of the Department of Police to be used to purchase 50 new body-worn cameras related to accessories and licensing fee. There is a local match of 50%, $70,000 to be charged from the below-listed account. The purpose of this grant would be to buy 50 new body-worn cameras for our SWAT team. So SWAT, yep, so that they'll have cameras on them. Currently, what happens is they have to, they respond to the scene, somebody goes down to our charging station, picks up the cameras, who knows what could happen. In the meantime, it won't be recorded. The idea of these cameras is to have them dedicated to the SWAT team so that when they get to the scene, everybody already has a camera.
Did you get one for me?
I've got one.
I know I asked this before. Did you guys get the device that if anything is pulled off the belt, that the camera automatically turns off?
I'm sorry?
I said the device that you guys asked for last year, something that like triggered the camera to automatically turn on if you like pulled the gun or pulled the taser. Did that?
I don't think we have that yet, so no, we don't have that yet.
You don't have that yet. Okay.
And there was also a conversation around, and I don't know if you already have this, that if the siren is on, it automatically should trigger the camera, right? So say if the police is on a chase, for example.
Oh, that's for the, you're talking about the dash cams.
Yeah.
We're talking
So
about the
there's that
body-worn
too, right?
cameras. So there's a policy, I can provide it to you, that tells you when the camera, I thought I did this, but we can do it. Send you when the cameras turn on for the the dash cams.
So there is that
That's
software.
separate, but we have that.
Okay,
We have that
okay,
policy.
you have that too.
When they
Okay.
turn on. I thought I sent that a couple months ago, but I can send it again. That's no problem.
Okay, what about what Councilor Joan Rouser is asking? Is there any mechanism that if an officer is...
They asked for that last year, so I don't know if they got it yet, but we funded it.
I just
it
happen
was
to have
some
my
device.
information technology sergeant here. She may have more knowledge on that than I do. Do you have anything to add?
Sergeant Einbeck with technology. That was the sidearm trigger. So it would trigger the body cam to activate if you release your weapon from your holster. That, I do not know if that was presented to the team here, but we do not have that in effect right now. We never ordered those.
Okay, could we...
Can we go back to
Yeah.
find out if you guys can tell Can me you give us a the little- name of it so that Yeah. we know exactly like what it?
Yep, it's called Signal Sidearm.
Okay,
Signal
can we
sideline?
track down through...
Sidearm?
Sidearm, yep,
Sidearm.
Signal Sidearm.
Signal.
And it's additional accessory that's mounted on your holster. So when you pull your weapon, it activates your body camera.
Okay, we'll track it down. If it came through here, we'll track it down to see what date and did we pass it or not, right? All right,
Yeah, if we get that, we'll dig into it and find out what's going on with it.
that'd be wonderful, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Item 18. Or does anyone have question for 17?
But they're not. They're getting rid of the municipal aspect of it. They're getting rid of that.
Go ahead. Item 18.
Good afternoon, I'm Michael Mons, the fire chief. Items 18 and 19 are to authorize spending to defray costs for Syracuse fire stations and facilities for maintenance and rehabilitation. Our fire stations are over 50 years old, and this funding focuses on three main categories: external facility upgrades, internal upgrades, and environmental and motor system replacement. We are looking at fixing oil water separators in 3 of our stations, fire exhaust removal systems, and maintenance at all of our stations. We want to maintain our fuel tank systems, our overhead doors, windows, basically everything we need to do to maintain our fire stations. This is what that money is going to be allocated for. So that's number 18 and 19.
Chief Miles, let me ask you a question. So with all of the upgrades and the rehabs that we're doing, how long do you propose that that's going to last?
Can you say that one more time? I
With
didn't
all
hear.
of the rehabs and the upgrades that we're doing at the stations, how long do you see that lasting?
Well, I think at some point we need to build new fire stations to replace them. I mean, this money we've been getting because there's been so little investment over the past few decades. We've been catching up the last few years, replacing roofs and overhead doors, things that have never been replaced in the 50 years, only when there was emergency. So we're going around doing preventive maintenance now. Once we get through the cycle, we have a matrix that I can share with you that every station and all these items, and we go through, and every year we try to fix, itemize some of these repair projects in every year. And as soon as we get through that matrix, it's almost time to start doing it again, because roofs and different things, they only last a certain amount of time. So I think this is a continual process to make sure we maintain the fire stations so we don't end up like a situation over at our maintenance facility. The issue that was at our maintenance facility, 3 of our fire stations right now, where we have inspected it, we're looking at those stations because we have to do some type of repair work over there also. So that's what some of this money is going to be used for, also to make sure those are in good shape.
What specific station are those, Chief?
Station 2, 5, and 9.
2, 5, and 9?
2, yep. 2 is over on Danforth and Salina Street. 5 is on Geddes and Erie, and 9 is at Shore Ave. So those are the systems that have been we've been preparing to start looking at and examining how good a shape they are in. But once you start digging in, we got to be ready to tear up the whole floor. So that's what this money is, to start exploring those things in these firehouses.
So it's strictly for floor?
For the floor, yes.
All of
These oil water separators, they're in the floor. So when diesel, oil, anything drips onto the floor, per the DEC, we got to have a system that catches those fluids and separates them from the water that goes out to our sewers. So those are being evaluated. They were evaluated last year in our citywide comprehensive study. So we're starting to put money in so we can start evaluating those and getting those fixed before they turn into a bigger issue. So
I didn't ask, is this in our capital plan?
Yes,
It
this is in the capital plan, yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions?
Counselor, I just want to say I've been with Chief Mons. We've had prior discussions on Station House 2 on Danforth Street. I've been in there, and my discussions with you, Chief, is that inevitably we will have to make improvements at that firehouse. It's aging. I'm concerned about the floor, and I think we may have to look at an expansion. There is some property in that area that I think we're going to have to look for an expansion of that firehouse. And I got a couple ideas of what that property is. So we have to look maybe into the new year for capital improvements on the firehouses, but I'm looking at Station 2.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Anything else? Good?
Okay, and 19 and 20, oh, sorry, excuse me, 20 and 21 are just to allocate money for our communications program, which allows us to buy portable radios, our mobile data terminals on our apparatus, and it's going to allow us to buy a communication system for our technical rescue team when they're in high noise and tactical environments. So that's a $31,000 request.
Okay, any questions? Thank you,
Okay,
Chief.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Council.
That would be all for me, Madam President.
Thank you. Councilor Paniagua.
Good afternoon, everybody. I have item number 22. Thank you, Richard.
Good afternoon, Council. Rick Elseaver, Director of Human Resources. Item 22 was passed on the last cycle, but it's a name correction, not be passed, but One Group, who is their parent company, and we have to make sure the names align for finance to be able to pay those folks. So it's simply a name correction to the parent company, not be passed, but One Group.
Are there any questions?
Any questions, concerns?
Yeah, have we got any reports from them yet, at all yet? To see how everything's going?
No, we can't pay them until this is settled. So once we get this settled, we'll be in the clear to start working with them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Councilor Gathers.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items 23 through 34.
Afternoon, all. Matt Ojek, Commissioner of Assessment. These are companion pieces. We're looking to amend two ordinances from earlier in the year, bonding for and authorizing design for the new parking lot adjacent to the Public Safety Building. Looking to expand that scope to construction and continue that project.
Just for 23, right?
23 and 24.
Right. So
they're
for
companions.
24, are we making amendments to exactly what the parking lot's going to be used for? Is that what this is, or?
So when I presented this in February, there was the expectation that this was going to be a municipal lot. There'd be some flexibility in the use. Police would obviously fill it up during their power days. It is being constructed to fit their needs, but in times when it's not being used, it would be available for public use. As we've gotten a little closer operationally to understanding what's going to be going on at 1153, there's a thought that it's going to be in use by police all the time, so we'd like the language to reflect that expectation.
Well, I mean, that does raise a little bit of concern. As the past, we talked about this, that we're going to have spots available for both public and also the police department as well. Where's the public going to park if they have to go over there?
Oh, we do have on-site parking for the public, for visitors, right adjacent to the public entrance on the west side of 1153. And I think we're going to be working really hard in advance of opening to communicate this to the public, internally and externally. So yeah, no, that is covered on-site, not physically covered, but taken care of. I think we have several hundred parking spots. Exact count eludes me right now.
Not for the police, but for the community.
I think we have 14. I'll double check. We're exploring some creative on-street opportunities that might be more of a midterm expectation than something we can do in February. But I don't think we will be underparked with respect to the public. That said, this is an iterative process, and we're gonna make sure that everybody can get here.
So my only thought process was, if this is gonna be the new police station at 14, is there gonna be parking on the street where people can park on the street? Or where I sit, it's not gonna be any?
As of February 1st, there will be no parking on West Fayette or South Geddes. There does exist parking on Magnolia, and we will have this off-street public lot directly adjacent to the entrance for public use exclusively.
So, are you finished, Counselor? So to the east of the building, all that parking spot, that parking lot will be filled.
That is gated fobbed exclusively for police and fire use.
And the southeast of the building, we're talking about this lot, right?
Southeast of the building. No. This is due west of the building. This is just sandwiched between the building and the elevated rail bridge there. That's the public parking lot. That's the public entrance too.
Okay, on the south side of West Fayette? This is
Yes, the south side of the block. That's right.
Have we made inquiries and try to get the north side of West Fayette Street? What's that, owned by the railroad?
It is.
we're using it though all the time, and not we're using it, but are all the construction
I think
people
that's
are
city
using
right of
it.
way. Yeah, contractors have been filling up that spot north of the curb line.
Because we have a lot of activity in that area, the Gear Building,
Yeah,
and then
phenomenal.
the AHOP building that Ryan
Brian,
Benz
yep.
is doing. So maybe if you could get us a total amount of spaces,
We'll do a little
narrow
better
it
at both
down.
quantifying this, but also getting this into some kind of a map form, because I recognize it's difficult to conceptualize when I'm talking and waving arms up
So
here.
this west lot, how many spaces will that be?
I think it's 14, but I'll double check.
14, that's all?
14 for, yeah, it's 14 more than exists at the public safety building.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. I mean, that's one of the,
Yes,
that's
it's
one of
not-
the pluses us moving up there was maybe we
I
get more parking.
think this move is all pluses, yeah.
Okay. Counselor,
I have a question, just human. So for the new public safety building, I got two mics, y'all. For the new public safety building, it's just gonna be police and fire in that building?
That is correct, yes.
And the public safety building downtown, there's nobody, wasn't a jail up top? No. What was up at the top part of the public?
In current PSB in 511 South State, 6 stories is all, public safety issues, city marshals there, courts are there, DA I think has some space, but no, the office tower is all human use. The jail is the rear wing on the South Townsend side, yeah.
Used to be.
Right? I know I'm not tripping, right?
Oh,
Okay,
no,
thank you.
yeah, it's vacant now, but that was
Don't
the
age
jail.
me, but
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I know I'm like, that building on the side wasn't always there, so yeah.
Yeah,
That was the horrible one.
yeah.
Any other questions on 23 and 24? All right, do you have 25 as well? No. All right. Item 25.
Thank you all.
Good afternoon, Ann Fordock, First Deputy Commissioner of Syracuse DPW. 25 is a contract with Collier Engineering and Design, and so it's just amending the existing contract, and they are who we use for the interconnect system, which interconnect is the traffic signals. So when things go bad, we need somebody who's qualified to fix them and work on these projects.
What's the reason for the increase?
I believe it's the increase in the projects. It's construction has been extended due to the need for close coordination with utility providers, grid, and others, as well as other construction projects around the city. So as you can see from this summer, it was relentless with 81 work. Engineering does work, we do work, contractors doing work, grid is doing work, water is doing a lot of work, and so all of that needs a lot of coordination. We're doing more work than ever, which is a good thing. So.
Any questions for 25? Okay, 26.
I'm sorry, I did have a question. Does any of this also connect to the, what's the name, study? What you put on last week? Yeah, Vision Zero. Does any of this
I can't say that it's intricately connected to that. I mean, our traffic signal system, stoplights, ties into any plan, but nothing specific.
26.
26. So Waste Tech. So this is the parent name of the company, Rubicon Routeware, we've been using for the snow technology that gives our new plow drivers, it tells them what our snow routes are. So when you're learning to drive a plow, this makes your life a lot easier, that you're not trying to figure out someone calling out street names to you and you trying to figure out, how to attack that route. This tells you how to run that route, and it's one less thing for them to worry about. And so this is a new contract. The current one is expired.
And we've been having some conversations, and I'm not sure if the Rubicon device notifies at all, but there have been some incidents where some of the vehicles hit pedestrian vehicles. Does it indicate an impact at all?
I think that's more of a Samsara question. And so Samsara does the GPS, and that ties into the controls within the cab. So I know Samsara can be alerted for GPS, like if you're speeding. It's a good question. I can ask Jeff Regola. We know our vehicles, right? My vehicle will tell if I had a hard stop. It's haddles on me, right? And you can connect it to an app. So I wouldn't see why Samsara wouldn't have similar controls, like if there was a hard break or a hard turn, that there would be some type of alert. But when there is a report, prior to this administration, somebody calls and says, I was on Forest Hill, right? And somebody hit my car. I don't know. I think it was a plow, but you have no proof, right? We can now look and find out what plows were even in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then pull that one's GPS, does the time match up? Then we can pull the footage as well. Like before, you could just be like, well, we weren't there, or maybe we were, I don't know.
So that's some of the concerns that we've been having, is that people are, waking up to find their cars hit with no,
And they don't know if it was a neighbor,
and our
somebody,
feeling is
yeah.
that the DPW driver should report
They
that.
should report every accident. And so there is discipline taken if we do find out there was an accident that they did not report.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I would like to get information if there's an impact.
Yeah, I'll ask Jeff Vergola about it.
Yeah.
All right, next one is, where were we? 27. So this is also the same company, and this is amendment. So this is our sanitation, and so this does the same routing, but it also keeps track of each and every house on every route. And the crew and sanitation said they need more tablets so that they can effectively manage this. That crew leaders need a tablet, the employees need a tablet. And so this is just an amendment of adding 10 tablets to that contract.
Any questions? 28.
So 28, 29, 30 are all fuel. And this is people who fuel up at DPW. So we have, contracts with Onondaga County, the school district, and Syracuse Housing for fuel. And they have their own cards that we keep track of how much gas they got. Very similarly is 31, 32, 33, but this is for salt, not fuel. And so it's Upstate, Centro, and Syracuse Housing Authority. We do keep track of the amount of salt they take from us, and they pay us back for that.
Questions? 34.
So 34, I'm going to need Ian's help with this. So there's a waiver. We had come before for the hybrid building. It's like a fabric building that's on concrete blocks because we need some storage for the recycling and trash carts over at our Pete Street location. And we used a Sourcewell contract and went through Onondaga County purchasing for that. But I believe engineering and legal said we need an additional waiver. Did I explain that appropriately? Okay.
Any questions? Hearing none, thank you, Madam President.
Are you okay with this?
Yes.
That's all you needed to hear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ann.
Councilor Hogan.
Thank you, President Hudson. I have items 35 through 40. 35 is a special permit. Is that okay, one of the councilors from the east side there? Councilor Williams, Councilor Manto? Are you all set with that? Okay. Okay, 36 and 37 considers a problem property on Geddes Street. Well, and one, I'd like to ask maybe the Corporation Counsel, Joe, a lot of times when we have these public meetings at 5:30, it seems like hardly anybody shows up, but we're paying department heads sometimes to be, I imagine, overtime and all that. I'd rather have these earlier in the day to assure ourselves that, like, department heads being there.
Yes, Joe Barry, First Assistant Corporation Counsel. I think the purpose of this type of meeting is to allow public comment because of the nature of the action being taken. So if we do it during regular business hours, the concern is a lot of people won't be able to attend.
I would agree if people did attend these meetings at night, but it doesn't seem like anybody does, except the person trying to maintain their permit or get a permit. So, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. Neither of these, a lot of these businesses, they don't punch a clock. I mean, they're like owner-operated type, so.
Counselor.
Sometimes there's neighborhood input.
Right, exactly.
Usually that comes an email or a letter, usually.
Yeah.
It seems like, so. I just know that garnering 9 counselors down here for some of these meetings sometimes is going to be difficult in the future.
I get that and everything. It's almost like the budget meeting. Folks don't show up, but we, like Joe said, we have it at that time for the public. If we had it during the day with our regular meeting, we would go into, we would break and go into the public hearing and then come back to our regular meeting or whatever, so.
And for legal reasons, to maximize public input.
Yeah.
Even though unfortunately people aren't showing up, we're still giving them the opportunity, which is important.
Right.
In case somebody was to challenge it.
Okay. Okay, so 36 and 30, thank you.
Thank you,
Joe. 36 and 37 are ready. 38, we're going to be naming a road after President Hudson.
All right, then.
Totally in favor of that, and Officer Jensen. And then 39 and 37, or 39 and 40, you're okay with this, Councilor?
I am very much. I spoke at the Planning Commission. I want to thank
And they're still
members.
going ahead with it? That's good.
Yeah, I
Even
want
after
to.
you spoke?
Yes.
Oh, good.
And I want to thank members of Steigelwald family who are here from the Cathedral Candle Factory. This is going to be a major improvement of employment and improvement in our Common Council district. So I will ask my colleagues to support this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I speak on that one, please?
Yeah.
Because the Steigerwalds have been a very, very integral part in this community. And for years, I've had the pleasure of knowing them and working with them. And you're just good partners, and I'm in favor as well.
And I can echo those sentiments exactly. Thank you very much for investing in our community, especially on the north side. So that's all I got. Thank you, President Hudson.
Wait a minute, did you do 40?
Yes, 14, 39, 40.
Oh, okay.
Councilor Nabe gave me permission to go ahead.
Yes, I did.
Oh, same thing. All righty, Councilor Williams.
Thank you, Madam President. I've got items 41 through 48. We'll continue to hold 41. And Commissioner, 42. This is the item that you and I spoke about last week.
Yep. Yeah. Good afternoon, Common Councilors. Mike Canizero, Commissioner of Finance. So 42 is we're looking to amend the scope of services with a FUS contract. That is an existing contract. Really just allowing us to, expand their services when it comes to if we're, determining financial irregularities with a vendor or, something of that sort. So, they have a certified fraud examiner. They have numerous ones that work for them. So really looking to be able to engage that specialty within their practice. This is the final year of the 3-year contract. And then FUST is located over on Warren Street. So it's just a couple blocks away. Any questions?
No change in...
No change in the dollar amount, just amending to include the scope of services.
Okay, thank you,
Great,
Commissioner.
thank you.
43.
Requesting an easement across our own property at 1171 West Fayette to bury a conduit that's going to provide internet redundancy for the public safety headquarters.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
Good afternoon, councilors. Dave Proack, Director of IT. Item number 44, we're asking for your permission to enter an agreement with Spectrum for a fiber connection at the aforementioned 1153 Fayette Street.
What do they currently pay over there now?
Well, We don't have an internet connection there now because the building is being gutted. Downtown at PSB, they have Spectrum currently now. They have two connections at PSB. They have Crown Castle and Spectrum. And our goal for this new building is to have multiple internet service providers and multiple locations they come in, and a diversity of paths when they leave. So do you know what you pay off the top of your head at PSP? You pay $1,400 a month for one provider.
And this is $1,800 for one?
Yeah. The connection you pay is not, yeah. It's a much slower connection they currently have at PSB. This $1,800 a month for 10 gig is...
They got up that DSL? Don't worry about it.
Can you repeat that?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Is Spectrum current with any of the fees that they pay back to us? Like, is all of that current? We're paying them this per month, but.
This is what we pay them. Are you asking in terms of like a...
Yeah, franchise fees.
Yeah, I don't know the status of the franchise agreement or where that stands. I think law would speak to that, and what they do in terms of, in lieu of the franchise agreement.
Okay. Okay, we'll get that question by Monday? If. Joe was like.
All yours, Joe.
Is Spectrum current with franchise?
Joe Barry, First Assistant. So 2023, we entered into a 10-year franchise agreement with Spectrum. They're supposed to be paying monthly on the franchise fee, so I'll have to defer to the finance department if those payments are actually being made.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Dave, for 43, can you verify the address? We see two addresses. I intended to ask you about that earlier this week, but it went, I forgot, basically.
Yeah, that parcel where the new PSB is going to be is a large parcel and incorporates a corner. So I'm not.
So at
1171.
Yeah, one
They're
paragraph.
the same because it's going to run through that parcel to go
Okay.
to 1153, because I asked that question earlier.
So it's 1153 and 1172?
Yeah, 71.
71, I mean?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, I see what it is. So the Crown Castle, what he was here for, comes over on the Magnolia Street side of the property. The Spectrum connection is coming over on Fayette Street. Thank you. And I'm still here. I'm here for items 45 and 46, please. This gives us the ability, we have a number of internet connections we pay Northland Communications for. These are for both our parking garages and also for the park's main location on Spencer Street. Our goal is to have an RFP in place by the end of the year to replace that current award. The existing award has expired, and we're asking for permission to continue to pay for those services while we await for the new RFP to be awarded.
You said continue to pay for the services, but it says to pay outstanding invoices. So we have outstanding invoices.
Because the RFP has expired, there's a gap in our ability to process those invoices. We're asking for the permission to be able to pay those while we're waiting for the new RFP award. And number 47, WCNY, who provides your broadcast of this, they failed to bill us a few times in a previous fiscal year, so we'd like the ability to pay those three invoices. Your invoices run around $5,200, $5,300 a month. We have three invoices from the 2024 fiscal year that we're sitting on waiting for permission to pay. We got those relatively recently.
We should sell commercials. Watch the Common Council meetings.
We should give Marty his own
Just
show.
a suggestion, Commissioner Finance Chair.
Syracuse.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. In 48.
Good afternoon, Council. Jen Tiff, Director of Strategic Initiatives.
48 is an agreement very similar to several that you all approved back in June for other sites. This is one of our planned locations for our SurgeLink expansion, and so this is just a rooftop lease agreement for space on the rooftop of the Bernardine Apartments, which is a Loretto property in the Valley. This is reimbursable by our grant with the state of New York.
So Jennifer, so with the being on the rooftop for the wireless broadband, how many people is that going to serve from that area?
So the way our network works is that there's not necessarily a direct one-for-one relationship to each of the wireless installations. Essentially meaning we will have 12 wireless installations when our expansion is completely done throughout like the north side, downtown, the south side, and the valley. And those wireless installations essentially can be shared by multiple clients. So essentially everyone's router in their home is looking for like the best available signal at any given time. So that said, again, as a reminder, the network that we're building is essentially designed to serve as many as, I think, 7,800 residents all together. So we're trying to essentially create enough bandwidth to be able to serve, a really large number of people. But this specific location, it doesn't necessarily serve only a certain number of people, if that makes sense. Because it's wireless.
Right, but I'm saying
it's flexible.
It could pick up 100 people.
Exactly, it'll pick up. We'll have 3 installations in the Valley area, and the Valley I think has, I forget our estimate. I think 45 to 5,000 households in it. And so those 3 installations are intended to basically cover that entire area ultimately.
How many people do we have a part of the program right now? The numbers?
Right now, I'd have to look at the most recent numbers. I think we are between 1,300 and 1,400.
And what is the rate that they're paying right now?
I'm sorry, Counselor, can you repeat that?
Sorry, my voice.
Yeah.
What is the rate that they're paying right now?
So for the subscribers, so again, right now we really have just sort of two rates. One is for lower income families that qualify for a discounted rate, and that's $15 a month. And then the other is for folks that don't qualify for the discount. It's $36.99, so $37 a month.
What's the target number, Jen? What was the target estimated number? Hopefully that would be engaged.
When all is said and done, like I said, I think it was about 7,800 total. That was the number that we proposed to the state of New York when we said, if you fund the expansion, we'll be able to serve that many people.
So at the rate we're going now, right? When do you think we'll reach the 7,800 capacity?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we are about halfway done with our expansion right now. We're in the process of installing a couple more POP sites. This would be obviously one of them that we want to install. We should be fully capable in terms of the network being in place to serve more people, probably by the first quarter of next year. And at that point, our hope was that we would be able to onboard somewhere between 200 and 300 households a month. That's kind of just like maximum market capacity for this kind of thing. So we kind of have to wait and see a little bit when we have the network fully up and running. We are getting a lot more interest now that we've obviously started the expansion. The word's getting out a lot more, which is helping both in the pilot area and in the expansion areas. So we are seeing a definite uptick it'll probably take us a couple more years to honestly get to the full maximum subscription rate.
How many do we have now?
I think it's between 1,300 and 1,400 as of today. I need to double check the latest dashboard.
Jenna, are we locked in for this price? For how long are we locked in for this price?
Well, I mean, we're basically setting the price ourselves because, again, the city owns the network, so we're kind of dictating the price that we want, and we've communicated to our vendor that our intent is to essentially keep that pricing model in place into perpetuity. The one thing we are exploring right now, which of course, we would come back to council when we have more information on this. We are exploring potentially diversifying service on the network so that we have more tiers of service, kind of like what Spectrum and Verizon have, right? So right now we just have a single high-speed service. It's 100 gigabyte up and download speeds, which is great high-speed service, but we purposely tried to keep it simple so we don't have, for example, like a gigabyte plan, right? And if families wanted that, we could offer that. We would have to charge more for that, for example, but from that perspective, then we could also really make more revenue to be able to sustain the program. So we're kind of doing some analysis right now to see what the market, would support in that regard, to see if we might want to, for example, add small business service. We don't really have a business plan associated with the network right now either. We're only offering residential service, but we've gotten lots of interest from small businesses in the community who say, like, hey, we would like another option too.
Setting the income limits as well, is that?
Yeah, I mean, we basically did it essentially just to mirror what had been in place with the Affordable Connectivity Program. So we just kind of used those previous federal standards, but we can, of course, we can change that if we wanted to, because it's really just a city program at this point.
So Jen, with the fiber optics and the stuff that was entered into, like under the ground and all
Yes.
that, right, to make stuff work, are we using those same fiber optics that we own for our cameras and stuff? Or?
So we would like to start doing that. We haven't started doing it yet. We're actually working right now with SPD and digital services to kind of start to plan out what that could look like. That would be, I think, a really big opportunity for SPD. It will likely save the city resources overall to leverage our network. And our network, the way it's designed is, according to our technology experts, actually a bit more secure from a data perspective than what we're kind of currently using for the mesh network for the cameras. So I think there's a lot of interest in that. We're probably going to be ready to come to council for that in hopefully before the end of the calendar year. I'd say in December sometime. So that's very close to being sort of finalized. That's probably one of the best city use cases for the network, and it will save the city some money.
Jen, we are starting to have some conversations mid-budget season with other entities. We just had the land bank. We'll be having a few others. So we will look to hold a committee meeting for some updates because everyone has questions.
Yeah.
So we'll hold a committee meeting to get those updates.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect.
Future.
Thank you all. Does anyone have any other questions about the rooftop lease?
This particular item, we're good.
I'm assuming it's good.
Okay. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Councilor Jones-Rouser.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items 49 through 52. Item 49 will continue to hold. Item 50, I needed to have some discussions about that. We should be clear for Monday probably though, so possibility of a hold. 51.
Sorry, Kaylin Hubbard, Neighborhood Planner with MBD. The 50 is just an amendment to an ordinance that was already, so the property was already passed.
I know. I needed to ask some questions about it. And remember I said I had to ask something the other day. I couldn't remember what it was. that it was
Yeah,
this.
with that one,
because
so,
it was,
yeah.
we thought it was the house at first, I think.
So there was a structure on the property when it was first passed, but then it was passed in April of 2024, and then in November of 2024, there was an emergency demo of the property. So it's just updating it so that we can transfer it to, say, vacant land instead of structure.
Okay, I gotta go back. Well, Monday should be fine, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And Joe, for 49, you said that there would be a draft provided to the council for their review as you guys get to the,
Oh, yeah, the codes matter.
Yeah.
We'll have that in the supplement.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. 51.
Good afternoon, Councilors. Kimone Jordan, Director of Housing and Neighborhood Planning. So item 51 is a request for the city to extend existing contracts with 12 qualified contractors to support the emergency repair program, and additionally add one more contractor to that list.
Anybody have questions? Yeah.
Who's the contractor?
NJ Jones Plumbing.
J. Jones.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mom.
Councilors.
52.
Good afternoon, Cheryl Pace, Assistant Director of the Division of Equity, Compliance, and Social Impact. This item is just to replace me as the compliance officer for our New York State DOT compliance reporting in the system EBO.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
That is all.
Thank you. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I need second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Wait. Oh, no, not today.
We didn't pay nobody. Listen, and council.
Jay.
Monday they're gonna be, Helen, Monday they're gonna be a
So that's the plumbing
meeting on CDB.